Hey guys, my name is Sophia the Shadowhunter, and today I'm doing my book review on Family Honor by Robert B. Parker. This is the first Robert B. Parker book I've ever read, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. If you guys have read any of his books, let me know what books you read in the comments down below and which ones you liked and you did not like. I really enjoyed this as the first book of his I read. I didn't realize he had westerns, he has detective mysteries and westerns, and I guess just some plain novels as well. I wasn't sure going into the series how I was going to like it and what I was going to think of it, but I really enjoyed it. This series is about a woman, detective, private eye, and she gets tasked to find this daughter who disappeared of this woman. And she ends up after she finds her, taking her in to living with her and try to find out why she ran away from home. And as you find out, she's afraid for her life. There's some sort of mob after her, and she just does not feel safe at home. And so she tries to bring her into her life to kind of raise her as her own and to help her. So obviously at the beginning of the book, she is hired to find the daughter for the parents, and she does that. But spoiler if you haven't read the book, once she finds and she does not want to go back home, she obviously is not a client for her parents anymore. The client is the daughter herself. And she's obviously not getting paid at this point, but she wants to help this girl because her life has been severely different and she has not been able to live a normal life. I love mysteries. I also love reading mysteries about women detectives and male detectives. However, this one I thought was different. I've read a lot of James Patterson, and even though it's like this, I kind of have a feeling it's a little bit better because like with this, it was so good. I wanted to keep reading it and reading it, and it was really interesting to see it. It was also interesting to see how in a detective story like this in a book, how the woman, even though she is getting paid to find the person, she ends up putting that aside, money aside, work aside, just to help this young girl. And I think that kind of made it a very touching story. You do see that in some mystery scenarios, but not always. It's also a very hard time for detectives to quickly solve mysteries and crime cases. And obviously at the end of this book, we still really don't have, know everything about this girl and what she went through. And so I'm really excited to read the second book and see what happens as she continues to live with the detective and what happens and if they become close friends, will she end up adopting her and whatnot. So I really enjoyed this book, and I'm excited to read the next couple ones. We'll see how far I get. It was great because I just kind of need a quick pick-me-up read, and this definitely was it. So, the detective's name is Sunny Randall. She's a Boston PI and former cop, and she's also an aspiring painter. Another thing about this book that I wanted to mention was she is divorced, and she has been seeing her divorcee in this book, and she feels like she's falling back in love with him, and she is not sure what she wants to do. It's weird, you're divorced, but she finds out that she still loves him and still has feelings for him, and that's something that she has to deal with. I always think that's kind of interesting how when people get divorced and they actually find out they love each other. I think that probably has to do, you don't really know what you love till you lose it. I think a lot of times that happens, and I don't know if she necessarily wants that, but we will see what happens. So I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys next time with another one. Goodbye!